Before bed tonight, instead of scrolling through problems on your phone, visualize your ideal day as a movie. Where you live, how you wake up, who's with you, what you do with your income. Then express gratitude. It doesn't need to be reality yet. The vibration of gratitude is incredibly potent. You can ignore this and keep complaining, or try this simple exercise for 7 nights. Then, tell me, your vibration reflects your reality. Change inside, and the outside can't remain the same. You are energy. Your thoughts are vibrations. Vibrations attract vibrations. What are you sending to the universe today? The same old fear, or the courage to create a new reality? Choose wisely. The universe listens, but responds at your frequency. Notice how much of your life is on autopilot. Wake up, same routine, same complaints. Work, return home, complain, sleep. Hoping for a miracle. Nothing changes until you reprogram the underlying software, your paradigm. I thought I was just unlucky. I lack education, luck, opportunity, I repeated, until my body believed it. I worked late, took side jobs, changed careers, but my bank account remained negative. Then someone wiser said, it doesn't matter how hard you work if you don't change your paradigm. Initially, I didn't understand. I thought I was working hard enough, but he identified my paradigm as the problem. I listened. He explained that a paradigm is a mental program controlling our actions unconsciously. If that program is to spend more than you earn, fear investment, and avoid opportunities, nothing changes. How many times have you vowed to save money? Then a sale, a new phone, a party comes along and your savings disappear. You say you want wealth, but feel guilty when others succeed. You dream of entrepreneurship, but blow your weekends shopping. That's your paradigm screaming, stay where you are, it's safer. I remember being a firefighter in Toronto, working nights, switching shifts, taking any job. My salary barely covered my debts. Desperate, I took a cleaning job. For the first time, I applied what I was learning. Instead of thinking, this is meager, I thought, how can I grow this? Within a year, I had a 6-figure cleaning business. No college degree, no MBA, no prior experience. I changed. The world didn't. Many say, I know what to do, yet remain stuck. They complain about their boss but don't seek another job. They want a business but spend their weekends sleeping. When things don't work out, they blame the economy, the government, their boss. You know your habits are financially crippling, so why not change? Because your paradigm prevents it. It keeps you repeating the same routine, even when you suffer. It convinces you that small, guaranteed comfort is better than risking big gains. Michael Jackson, an extraordinary talent who reinvented music, dance, and entertainment, never worked on his emotional paradigms. He never overcame his childhood fears. The result? A destroyed inner life, scandals, unbelievable debts for someone who earned millions. A genius unable to master his mental program. Exercise. Write down 3 habits hindering your financial growth. Spending more than you earn, using social media instead of learning, saying yes to everything and having no time for yourself. Done? Choose one and promise to act differently for 7 days. Even a small change, saving $5 a day, matters. The goal is to break the pattern. Change doesn't happen with lottery wins or raises. It occurs when you change your paradigm, replace old habits with new ones, stop repeating what binds you. It's not easy, but it's simple, like riding a bike. You fall at first, but eventually you ride effortlessly. You might be skeptical, but trust me, start today, and in a month you'll wonder why you didn't do this sooner. The same habits yield the same results. Until you change internally, changing jobs, cities, or partners is futile. The problem follows you. How many more years will you repeat the same cycle? Or will you choose to reprogram what sabotages you? I did it, and I escaped the hole. If I, an ordinary person, could do it, so can you. But only if you act now. Excuses pay no bills. Change the habits, the paradigm, everything. Have you noticed how most people work their entire lives for a salary and when they retire, stop earning? That's the most financially perilous way to live. Most blindly rely on a single income stream, and when it vanishes, everything collapses. I learned early that this is a trap. It puts your freedom in someone else's hands, a boss, a company, a client, and your mind in a cage. I saw this as a Toronto firefighter. I had only one paycheck. If I got sick, I had nothing. If I was laid off, I had nothing. I hated being a salary hostage. One day I wondered, why do some people get rich while sleeping, while others work 16-hour days and save nothing? The answer I found changed everything. Multiple income streams. Rich or poor, young or old, those who build genuine wealth never depend on a single source of income. I started my cleaning business while a firefighter. I cleaned offices, stores, homes. When I wasn't cleaning, I hired others. I studied ways to earn more without my physical presence. The result? People cleaned for me while I slept. I had contracts in the US while in Canada, money flowed in while I dined with family. You might think, I can't start a business, I lack capital, I have no ideas. I'll prove that's an excuse. Today, a smartphone can generate extra income from anywhere. Teach what you know, sell a digital product, offer a service. Think it's impossible? I met a debt-ridden young man earning slightly above minimum wage. He decided to make videos on creating family budget spreadsheets. Sounds trivial? Today, he sells online courses, has a 1 million-view YouTube channel, and earns more sleeping than working 10 hours daily in an office. The problem isn't opportunity, it's your vibration saying, this isn't for me, I don't know how, I'm afraid to fail. While vibrating with fear, you miss the open doors. Warren Buffett, the world's greatest investor, emphasizes not just buying cheap stocks, but creating income streams that don't require being awake. He says, if you can't find a way to earn money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. It's true. How many income streams do you have? 1, 2? What if your main source vanishes tomorrow? What's your plan B? Most have none. They live fearing layoffs, illness, retirement. It's slavery disguised as stability. This might be uncomfortable, but it's better to feel this discomfort now than regret it later. No one will create multiple income streams for you. Don't wait for your boss or the government. You decide to break free from trading time for money. Write down 3 things you do well that someone would pay for. It can be small, simple. If you're unsure, ask, what do you think I do well? You'll be surprised. Choose one and commit to offering it to at least 5 people this week, even for free, for practice to build a portfolio. But do it. Start asking daily, how can I earn money while I sleep? It doesn't matter if it seems impossible. Your mind will start finding answers because your vibration changes. You'll leave the frequency of fear and enter the frequency of creativity and action. The universe conspires in your favor. As long as you believe you only deserve money through sweat, you'll continue selling your hours, your back, your health. But when you decide your mind can work for you even while you rest, everything changes. I know. I live it. I'm not young, but my account grows while I sleep. Not because I'm special, but because I learned to open multiple income streams. How many streams will you open by year's end? Will you end the year the same, or use your time to build something that pays you while traveling, reading, or playing with your grandkids? Time passes regardless. Better to spend it sleeping soundly, knowing your income doesn't depend solely on being awake. Do it. The biggest change in my life didn't occur with a new job or opportunity, but with a decision. A true decision is where transformation begins. There's no middle ground. Either decide or remain where you are, repeating the same day, month, year. I sat in my room, looked at my hand, still scarred from a childhood cut, and thought, I either keep lamenting or take ownership and do whatever it takes to live as I want. In that moment, I decided to no longer be a victim of my past, lack of education, money, or support. Nobody believed me. They called me crazy for quitting firefighting. You'll lose what little you have, they warned. But I knew I needed to lose the little to gain much. Maybe you're thinking, deciding is easy, but what if I fail? The biggest failure is not deciding, because until you decide, you're at the mercy of others' decisions. Your boss, your family, your fear. Those who don't decide adapt to others' dreams. Research the biography of someone you admire. You'll find a point where they stopped procrastinating, asking permission, and simply decided. Oprah Winfrey decided she wouldn't be a typical reporter. Steve Jobs decided not to be just an Atari employee. Nelson Mandela decided people's freedom was worth more than his own. None of them knew how it would happen. They only knew what they wanted and decided. Science proves this separates success from excuses. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows determined individuals are up to 60% more likely to achieve long-term goals than those who only want to try. Not every decision is grand. I didn't decide to get rich overnight. First, I decided to stop complaining. Then I decided to read at least one page daily. Then I decided to avoid negative people. One step pulled another. My cleaning business grew. I had international deals, taught what I learned. It started with a small but real decision. What was your last serious decision? I'm not talking about choosing pizza toppings. I mean a real decision that moves you, remember? Or has everything been postponed, waiting for the perfect Monday that never arrives? Before bed, write one thing you need to decide to move forward. Let go of what doesn't serve you. Apologize. Leave a draining job. Start that project. Write it down. Promise to act within 24 hours. Not tomorrow morning now, because with a true decision, action follows. The main difference between those who transform their lives and those who dream. Transformers act with what they have, where they are as it is, and adjust. Dreamers wait for the perfect scenario, which never arrives. I could have waited for a degree, money, family approval. I wouldn't be here if I'd waited. Overthinking is a killer. You don't need unshakable faith, just the courage to take the next step. Authenticity isn't a destination. It's a series of small choices, one brave decision at a time. And here's the secret. The universe conspires when you start moving. Commit, and suddenly doors creak open after years of being slammed shut. Opportunities materialize, ideas flow, and energy you never knew you possessed explodes into life. So, what's your move? Don't wait until tomorrow. Start today. Every day you hesitate is another day living on autopilot, a pale imitation of the life you could be living. Don't settle for a blueprint when you could have the finished masterpiece. Decide, then act. I did, and look where it got me. Now it's your turn. Stop blaming bad luck and start owning your reality. Let's be honest. Deep down, you know your life isn't a random roll of the dice. Every detail, from financial struggles to frustrating setbacks, is a direct result of your own energetic frequency. It's not some woo-woo motivational speech. It's fundamental physics. You're a powerful energy generator, and your thoughts create a vibrational field that shapes your experience. What if I showed you how to shift that frequency, practically without mystical mumbo-jumbo, to attract abundance instead of chasing it? Think beyond the superficial reflection in the mirror. You are pure energy, constantly vibrating, a dynamic force field. This isn't some new age philosophy, it's verifiable science. Everything vibrates, everything flows. Your reality is a direct consequence of your vibrational frequency. I learned this the hard way, young, broke, drowning in debt, convinced more work was the solution. Nobody told me it wasn't about grinding harder, but about shifting my frequency. Dwelling on worry, scarcity, and guilt only amplifies those negative experiences. More debt, more stress, more worry. It's a vicious cycle. Consider your nightly routine. How often does anxiety over bills keep you awake? That insomnia, exhaustion, financial strain, I know it intimately. Debt doesn't shrink by obsessing over it, it grows. My turning point, a seemingly insignificant change. I stopped bombarding myself with negative news before bed. No more radio, newspapers, toxic conversations. Instead, I reread the same book page repeatedly, even if I didn't fully understand it. Why? Because it shifted my internal state, changing my vibrational frequency. Ever heard of Kirlian photography? It captures the body's energy field. Science confirms we radiate energy, and that's why we instantly sense someone's bad mood. Vibration precedes words. This applies to money too. Fear and insecurity repel abundance. You're constantly complaining, inactive colleague? Exhibit A. Complaining is vibrating at the frequency of the problem. Same actions, same results. This might sting, but that's the point. To wake you up. Do this. Grab a notebook. Write down the feelings you carry daily. Fear, anger, guilt, uncertainty. Do these feelings support or hinder your desired life? Your financial situation already provides the answer. Studies from University College London show over 70% of people harbor negative automatic thoughts daily. Low-frequency energy, a scarcity vibration. It doesn't matter how hard you work, the wrong frequency negates any effort. When I grasped this, I weaponized my thoughts for prosperity. I replaced "I'm broke, I owe, I can't" with "I'm rich in opportunities, grateful for what I have," attracting the right people and ideas. Initially, it feels unreal, but that's the process. Your brain resists because it's wired for the old patterns. Persevere. The energy shifts and abundance follows. A practical step.